Hello and welcome to seispingüinos.com Instrumentopedia, a place where we look at instruments from all around the world. And what I have here is a Spanish bandurria. Now the bandurria is a small pear-shaped instrument with a very short neck and a flat back. It has 6 courses of strings, so 12 strings in all. And the strings are tuned G sharp, C sharp, F sharp, B, E and A. It's tuned in fourths, unlike a mandolin, of course, which is tuned in fifths. It's an instrument that dates back to the 16th century, and it seems to have evolved parallel to the mandolin and the sitar. It's certainly not a descendant of them. And the Spaniards brought the bandurria to Latin America and the Philippines, to their colonies. And even today in the Andes, they have an instrument called the bandurria, which is very, very similar. And in the Philippines as well, there's the Philippines bandurria, the Filipino bandurria. Again, a very similar instrument and direct descendants. Bandurrias nowadays normally have metal strings, but before they used gut, and you'll see this one has nylon strings. This is an interesting instrument. It dates from about 1880. Inside the label says Antonio Carlos García, Madrid. However, the instrument itself was probably made in Valencia, or certainly from the Valencian school by the design of it. And it seems that Antonio Carlos García was not a real luthier. It was a name used for exporting instruments to England. And in fact, this was imported by the Alban Voigt & Co. company. And so, yeah, it's had a strange trip. It went from Spain to England and it's been brought back to Spain now. Now the bandurria is not so common now, but it is quite widely used. It's an instrument that every Spaniard knows. Manuel de Falla, the Spanish composer in the 19th century, composed several tunes for it. And today there are still various ensembles. There are 600 bandurria ensembles in Valencia alone, just to give an idea. And you also have the tunas. Now the student tunas, these are groups of normally students that go around dressed in Renaissance garb and they sing serenades, very often play at weddings. But the tradition of the tunas goes back to the 13th century when these were students trying to make a living, trying to earn money to buy food while studying. So anyway, the bandurria, curious instrument with a lot of history, and this is what it sounds like.